In the last episodes of Sailing Safar, we continued our journey through the Caledonian Canal, racing down Loch Ness, and encountered strong weather when beginning our journey along the Scottish east coast. In this week's episode, we depart Wick, Scotland, and head out into the North Sea on passage to Norway. With some strong winds forecast, things get a little bit interesting.
Well, good morning, Commodore.
Oh, good morning, young man.
So what's special about today?
Well, today is Sunday, God's Day. It means we get to go to church. The Church of the Sea.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Now today's a special day as we're going to depart Wick, which is where we currently are, and head out to the North Sea and hopefully Ålesund. So conditions in the North Sea are probably about as good as we're going to get at the moment. So it'll be a sort of downwind passage on the quarter, a little bit variable switching, and then it starts to get a little bit light, very light, and then it sort of fills in again before getting quite strong off the Norwegian coast, and very strong actually, and then yeah, straight up to Ålesund. So it's a passage of about sort of 365 miles more or less. That's straight lining it. Obviously it's very rare you straight line when you're sailing, so we'll probably end up doing a few miles more than that, but we're sort of expecting to get in there, I think on Wednesday the 13th in the early morning.
So that is us now, well and truly on our way. We've just come the other side of the Pentland Firth, which is the gap of water between the top of Scotland, and it separates the Orkney Islands here. And yeah, we're cruising along nicely, doing 6 knots, which is great. And the United Kingdom is just about to disappear on the horizon over there. So that's the top of Scotland right there, and you can just see the Orkney Islands over there in the distance. And ahead of us we have sailing yacht Safar, you might just be able to see, but I think we're catching them up again now. So far today they've been able just to stay ahead, and they've shaken out all of their reefs and they're cracking on. We've still got 1 reef in and a full Genoa, and I think we're gaining on them now. Yeah. Velocity made good to our waypoint is sort of 7.7 knots, so that's pretty good.
Well, good afternoon on day 1 of our passage to Norway. And sorry, I'm just making my way to the bow. So we have full mainsail, staysail, and we've got the Yankee poled out to leeward. Essentially I just don't want to go quite dead downwind, so we're a little bit off course, but I'm just trying to keep it a little bit more stable really for Sam. see in the distance behind us, we've got Aya, and yeah, Liam's gone wing on wing, I'm guessing to make better sort of VMG. But we're not doing too bad. We're getting a little bit of a flop in the Yankee occasionally. That's mainly down to the swell. Doing between sort of 4.5 and 6 knots. Course wise, not fantastic, but I think we'll just head a little bit more east and then we'll look at going wing on wing later.
Yeah, we're going in the right direction. That away.
That away.
Norway. Sailing dead downwind in a long keel boat sounds easy. Point the bow and let the wind push you. The good part, these boats track straight, but the catch is the roll. With waves on the quarter, a long keel can rock you side to side like a metronome. Add in sluggish steering and the risk of a heavy accidental jibe, and it's not always the smoothest ride. That's why many sailors like to angle off to a broad reach. That way you have less roll and more speed and a lot more control. We sailed dead downwind for this portion of the passage to help push us north into the stronger breeze, and it would also put us on a nice beam reach for when the stronger winds arrived.
Well, good morning. On day number 2 we have we got about sort of 16 to 20 knots of breeze now on the beam, but don't let this nice sort of sunny-ish dry day deceive you. It's been raining all morning and it's been a bit of a busy one, jibing and swapping sails over, pole in, pole out, all of that sort of good stuff. But we got the Aries steering on the back. She's steering a good course, and then Aya is just out there on the horizon. I'm just trying to keep it a little bit tranquilo this morning, so we have one reef in the main and a couple of rolls on the Yankee, and I pulled the staysail down. But we're still making 6.5 knots, so yeah, still absolutely flying really, all things considered. But it's nice to be on a reach again. It's such a comfortable point of sail versus the sort of downwind sailing that we've had so far. A lot less banging, a lot less slapping of the sails right now, so probably a good time to catch up on some sleep from last night.
So not completely what I was expecting today. This is day 2 out in the water, and it's absolutely gorgeous out there. Blue sky and just beautiful conditions. This morning was pretty bloody dreadful, but right now it's gorgeous. And the 2 boats are still sailing in company. There we got Morgan just off to windward of us.
With the North Sea resembling the deep blue of the Pacific Ocean, both boats surged forward with ease, fast and balanced in the idyllic conditions, as though the sea itself wanted to make our journey memorable. These are the rare days when sailing feels effortless, when every knot gained and every mile sailed is pure joy. As I film and edit these sailing adventures, I often wonder, did I catch the right angles? Did I share enough of the sailing itself? Or maybe talk too much to the camera? Each week, I look through the comments to see what you, the viewers, think, and I do my best to take that feedback on board, while still keeping my own creativity alive. Sailing and making YouTube episodes may never become a full-time job for me, but that doesn't mean I don't want to keep sharing this journey with as many people as possible. If you enjoy what I create, subscribing, commenting, or even sharing my videos makes a huge difference and helps me reach a wider audience. And for those who want to go a step further, your support helps keep this adventure afloat.
So that's the end of day 2 out on the water. It's been a great day. Weather's been nice. Blue skies, most of it, apart from a bit of nasty rain this morning, but that's to be expected in this particular place. Got Safar just over there, trucking along quite nicely. The wind is destined to drop though, according to the weather forecast. And yeah, we'll probably end up motoring, but I'm just hoping that it'll be just enough just to keep us ghosting along, minus having to put an engine on, and if we do, it'll end up being hopefully towards the end of the evening.
Well, good morning guys. We are 24 hours away from arriving in Norway, and the wind had completely dropped out last night, so we had to put the engine on, but it was all good. I needed to give the batteries a really good charge anyway, so yeah, we've been motoring, but the breeze is supposed to fill in now or in the next couple of hours and get quite strong for this final push across to Ålesund. But yeah, thought I'd just share the sunrise with you because it is quite pretty. Those colours are beautiful.
Morning folks.
Welcome to another beautiful day in the North Sea. We've just passed the last of the oil platforms that we were going to see way over in the distance there. We've got Liam off on our port side. I think at the moment what he's trying to do is put up his new storm jib. He rigged up an inner forestay when we were in Inverness. I think this might be the first time he's used it in anger. We are on our last leg to Ålesund. So we've just come around the top of all the oil rigs and that, and we're kind of trucking along. I'm expecting today to get 25 knots southerly stuff, building throughout the day and into tonight, with gusts of up to I think 31 later this evening. At the moment we're just seeing kind of 19-ish knots, with gusts of 21, 22, and that's chucking us along at a good like 6.5 to 7 knots. So Safar is just doing her thing, she's just munching. Sea state is slowly building. We probably will get quite a bit of swell by the time we get all the way Ålesund, because of it being southerly, and obviously there's quite a lot of North Sea south of us. But yeah, I think Morgan's just still asleep. Not still asleep. It's my watch, so he's just getting some weather and rest, and yeah, we're just living the dream out here. Good morning, guys. Day 3. I think I've already said good morning on my earlier walk, but yeah, I thought I'd just give you a quick tour of the boat this morning. Just doing my deck inspection. So we're on a reefed Yankee, full staysail, and 2 reefs in the main. Got around about 25 knots of breeze right now, and that's only expected to increase throughout the day with some stronger gusts this evening. So yeah, we're making good speed towards Ålesund right now. I don't want to push the boat too much though, so I'll be continuing to reef as and when the weather keeps building. But yeah, just ahead of us you've got Aya, so he's got 2 reefs in his main, a reef Genoa, and then just for fun he's put a storm jib up as well on his inner stay, so that he can copy my staysail. But yeah, I mean, it's actually, apart from all the wind right now, it's actually not a bad morning. It's the boat's fairly steady. We're not shipping a lot of water over the deck, so yeah, life's pretty good.
So it is a little bit windy out here now. Got 23 knots, true wind, and the gusts are sometimes a little bit more powerful than that. Yeah, started off as we started off with a beautiful sunrise this morning, and motoring and light conditions, but it was always given to increase in speed. So yeah, we're doing some decent speeds though. We've just had 9.5 on the dial speed over the ground, and boat speed apparently through the water right now is 9. So that's fast enough for a 37-foot boat, and that's with 2 reefs in the main and the storm jib up, plus the furled head sail. Seems quite stable, which is good. Cracking along nicely.
With the wind and swell building, we continued to reef down, keeping the sails balanced and the boats under control. Both vessels were being pushed, powering forward and making excellent speeds, averaging well over 7 knots. It was fast, wet, but exhilarating sailing.
Good morning. How we going, Sam?
We're living the dream. I've just had my first cup of coffee in like 3 or 4 days. We're on our approach. This is all Norway, which is exciting. We're getting chased down by a big old cruise ship behind us, and we're chasing Liam down ahead of us. And we've got the start of what should be a nice sunrise over there. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Weather's nice for arrival. By the time we get in there, I think it'll be daylight. at the kind of speed we're cruising at. But yeah, it's going well.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. It is a little after 4 in the morning. The wind and the swell have finally dropped as we sort of closed with the shore, which is a bit of a relief, to be honest, as it was getting a little bit much out there towards the end. Yeah, I think the pair of us are both pretty tired and ready to call it a day. But yeah, it's pretty exciting to see Norway on the horizon. The bright, well, I say bright lights, it's actually not so many lights around here, but certainly a mountainous backdrop.
Safety information, this is our main traffic channel.
As the darkness fades away, it marks the end of our North Sea passage, taking 2 days and 21 hours to complete. Ålesund, one of Norway's most beautiful coastal towns, perched where the fjords meet the sea, Ålesund has always been tied to the water and is one of Norway's most important fishing harbours, with a rich history that can be viewed at the local museum. The town's location is no accident. It sits on a chain of islands, giving sailors a sheltered port and quick access to the open sea. That made it a hub not only for fishing but also the maritime trade. In 1904, a devastating fire destroyed almost the entire town, but like a ship rebuilt after a storm, Ålesund rose again. If you climb the steps up Mount Axle, the little mountain overlooking the town, you'll be rewarded with one of the best views in Norway: the harbour, the islands, and the open sea stretching to the horizon. Today, Ålesund is still a nautical town at heart. It's home to one of Norway's largest fishing fleets, and the port now attracts super yachts and cruise ships alike. So whether you arrive by boat, stand at the harbour, or look down from Axle's viewpoint, Ålesund is a place where the sea is always close. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and I'd like to thank everyone that has supported the channel, which is allowing me to continue sailing and documenting the adventures of Safar.